Speaking of Bob Yonke, here he is, 11th in the points, arrives here 74 points out of 10th. First race at Sonoma. And his crew chief, of course, is Greg Stanfield, been helping him with the Tuma. Provides the power.
It makes good power. You know, Bob Yonke's made a lot of good runs this season, and obviously still would like to get that first win. He's come close, but right now he's currently in that number 8 position with that 6:58 elapsed time that he ran. Ron Krisher, though, Mike Edwards horsepower in the other lane. He's your number 3 qualifier with a 6:56. We've seen some cars thus far in this session actually be able to step up a little bit because the conditions are similar to what we had. They might be a little bit worse, but if a driver or team actually missed the setup a little bit last evening, the conditions are close enough now that you could probably improve on your time. Ron Krisher, though, I got to believe, made probably a pretty good run last night with the conditions that he was dealt with that great 6:56.
You think that they're catching up to the Mike Edwards power now?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, beginning of the season, Mike Edwards was like 200-300 quicker than the next closest competitor, and now you don't see that. I mean, Mike Edwards still has a very good race car, don't get me wrong, but guys like Alan Johnson, now Jason Line, and Greg Anderson are definitely closing the gap.
Both in the top half at 3rd and 8th, and that's where they're going to stay. Yonke a 6:65, Krisher 6:59. Let's go to Gary Gerald. He has Johnny Gray.
And Paul, to the best of our knowledge, I think Johnny Gray is the only driver amongst the current pro stock contingent that has driven a nitro-powered car in the past. And of course, a lot of repercussion after WJ's comments a week ago in Seattle. How difficult is it to drive a nitro car?
You know, they're all difficult, but in rankings, you know, I think a pro stock car is probably by far the hardest car out here to drive and drive right. You have to do everything perfect.
And why is that?
There's just so much going on. The clutch, the shifter, you know, you got to shift it right. You got to do everything right. You got to be real still. You can't let the car move around. I'd rank alcohol funny car probably second. And, you know, fuel funny cars, they're in the top 5, but they're not the hardest thing out here to drive. Are they the funnest thing out here to drive? I'll get in trouble with my wife, but yeah, they're definitely more fun.
Thanks, Johnny.
Thanks.